You tell me, have I been playing? First time I play,
Alright everyone, we are back, and this is the 9-ball matchup between Ross and Will. And even though it says, like on the flyer, I believe it said that this is going to 7, they did decide to go ahead and play this one to 11. It's 9 balls, so it goes pretty quick. So, expect this one to go a little quicker than the last one. 9-ball on a 7-foot table is actually much easier than 8-ball is. So, off and running, couple balls on the break. A little bit of a cut, but got a shot on the 1 ball. Ross starts us off 0-0. No spot on this one, just like the last one. Like he may just be go ahead and pushing this one down the table as opposed to taking the shot. Not going to get a whole lot of reward out of the shot, as that 3 ball is in a little bit of trouble. Gets over there and looks like it might be a little open. Sure, if it goes into that bottom corner pocket. Looks like there's enough opening there. As he does not catch a rail after that one, leaving a cue ball in hand. Pretty dangerous on 9-foot. Might want to get that rack out of the way, but there he goes. This one's opened up pretty good, so a little bit of a draw on a 3 ball. Wants to get reasonably straight on that 4 ball. Purple one that's up by his arm. It's a little close to his work, but still okay. Probably just go ahead and, depending on that angle, might be able to just drag it back down a little bit for that 6 ball in the side pocket. That seemed to be going forward. Just has to come out a little bit further. And looking pretty good. See that 6 ball down here in that bottom left corner. 1 rail against the side. Let that cue ball come back across for that 7 ball. Again, probably wants to get reasonably straight on it. He comes up a little, undercutting it. Position play wasn't too bad on that one. Will comes back with a hanger sitting in the corner pocket. Just needs to watch that speed a little bit to get back over on that 7 ball. He's going to want to die. Goes ahead and draws that one back out instead of forward. It's a good shot there. Gets that straight angle that I believe Ross wanted on the last one. Go, a little draw shot and pretty decent. You can just play that straight across and you should have that 9 ball down here in this bottom right corner. Will takes care of that first game. 1-0 and Will's up. Rack number 2 was going to take care of this one. We'll see if he uses a stronger break or a softer break. And 7-foot 9 ball, I think he had a good speed on it there. 7-foot on 9 ball, at least for some of us, myself included. A little bit softer, like a good medium speed, good control on the cue ball. That's pretty much exactly what we saw here. And a couple of balls on the break, sometimes even 3 or 4, just with a nice controlled break. You really don't have to hit them that hard, as they will travel. This is the combo on that one. Leaves a bit of a mess down here in that bottom corner. See which way he decides to play this, but he might just kind of go into the top of that one and kind of lock right on the top, hit it nice and easy. Now this is back up above the cue ball. I believe he's going to leave Will an opportunity to find some blockers. Instead, finds the pocket. And leaves an open shot for Ross to come back to. Just play that, let it come off the rail, and pretty much anything off the rail would have gotten him back on the 5, but shoots that one a little on the firm side. Now we'll see if he decides to go to the bottom and put the cue ball up table, or let that cue ball come down table to where these blockers are. Kind of like playing it that way myself. That was a good shot, and got even luckier off of that 6 ball as he locks it behind that 8. That's a tough hit from here. I was taking a good look at where that cue ball is and trying to figure out if there's a way to get around, but if he can jam something else up, it'd probably be a big advantage to him. Scratch doesn't even matter on this part. Looks like 6 and 7 in a little bit of trouble, so he got pretty successful on how he decided to play that. And now's the time he wants to be able to get that back down table a little bit, and I think he's going to go ahead and draw it, but he needs to watch out from that side pocket. It's a little firm on it. But now, 7 ball is pointed towards that 9 ball. So he's going to skim off the side of it, but that 6 ball is going to want to go up table a little bit, so see if he's got a window over there. It looks awfully close. Ross going for that jump cue back there in the corner. Mr. Ben Halsey's decided to join us and throwing out a few stars for the donations to our newly picked charity. Really appreciate that, and thanks for joining us. We're doing a good job on that last one as he comes back to the table now. He's had to slow down a little bit. Went a little less angle. That 8 ball being the next one on the table. And Ben Ross won the 8 ball set, actually. I'm glad you mentioned that because I didn't need to put that down here on the bottom. Missing that 9 ball and goes ahead and concedes that one. It's going to put us up 1-1. I do want to remind everybody while we're waiting for this that tomorrow we do have Bobby Garza and Derek LaPrairie. They're actually playing at 2 o'clock. I need to fix the flyer that we have on here. That was the original dates that's on here, which was yesterday at 6, but that did change to tomorrow. I did notice that hasn't been updated yet. But they are actually playing tomorrow at 2 p.m. Russ gets out of line just a tiny bit on the on that 6 ball. So I have to do a little work to come back around. We'll see which way he decides to play this one. He could actually go forward and throw it out a little bit. Looks like he's going to go ahead and draw over to that right side rail and back across for that 7 ball, and a nice shot on that one. Definitely had to dig into it a little bit. 7 ball straight up in the corner, and he can actually just go ahead and let this one roll forward a little bit and potentially even play that 8 ball right there in the side. Decides to go ahead and draw off of that one, and looks like he came out okay on it. Yep, machine's still messing up. Nicely done. Comes back over on the short side. That's okay. Still got a take a little bit of a cut over on the left-hand side. Yeah, that's when you're glad that you're on a 7-foot table instead of a 9-foot. It's not quite as far away to cut that one over, and it's gotta fall down a little bit as he catches that bottom rail, and both of them are giving away a few little gifts here. Will goes back up 1 game and score 2-1. Put up the correct flyer now. Sunday, December 6th, just tomorrow, 2 p.m. Race to 21, and Derek's getting 6 on the wire, and these are two outstanding players, so it should be a really good matchup between the two of them. Big spot for someone that runs as strong as what Derek LaPrairie does. Up a little short on the one ball, but leaves it pretty tough for Will to shoot. Ross likes to go ahead and play that one in, take out that 2-9 combo that's definitely sitting out there as opposed to trying to kick at that one. And I don't think that was a bad shot at all. So now it's up to Will to go ahead and run out the entire set. Mr. Don Riley, how are you doing today? We miss you down here in the pool world. Hope everything's going good down in South Florida. Will doing a good job of finding that little spot between, excuse me, between that 3 and the 6 ball, and get the shot on the 2. Just wants to draw back a little bit. Again, doesn't have to do anything fancy, but he does have to make the shot. Ross coming back to the table and a little off angle. I believe he's going to go ahead and put that one into the side and let that cue ball go up table, give him a shot back down, possibly for the other side pocket. He decides to look at it a second time, and I almost like that shot up in the top left corner just because it takes away any blockers. Comes down a long way, but looks to still be open on that 3 ball. So again, probably back to that draw shot. Draw it out to that far long rail. Back around for that 4 ball. Just has to watch out, make sure he doesn't get caught. And like we said about Will, also has to make sure that he makes the shot first. He plays the defense, but does not catch a rail afterwards. Again, starting off a little bit on the slow side, but comes up a little higher. So we throw a little bit of inside English on this just to make that cue ball carry just a little further, give himself a better angle on the 5 ball. Does exactly that, but it throws it out of the pocket just a bit. Doesn't leave Will a super easy shot. Makes contact with that 4 ball sitting close to the rail. Now Ross decides if he's going to play a carom or how he wants to do this one, or just separate the 2 out. Like he decided to go ahead and separate the 2. Yeah, that's a good shot, but a bit of a dangerous shot. As I believe he's gotten hooked, so he's going to play this one rail first on that right side long rail, and it's makeable, but you have to make sure you're playing your speed right. And a great shot that he did on that one. Looks like he's going to get a reward for it as well. Mr. Doug Cotton. Am I ready for a lesson tomorrow? In what? Whining? So for those that don't know, and actually it hasn't become super public, but we've got two people, one of which has decided to start talking now, Mr. Doug Cotton, and some other guy, random guy. I think his name's like Lance or something. I think we saw him get beat earlier. The two of them have decided that they're going to try to team up on Spencer Jordan and myself. So we're gonna be doing a little Scotch doubles tomorrow after Bobby Garza and Derek LaPrairie play. Make sure you tune into that. I don't get too many opportunities to jump on the live stream, so we'll try not to embarrass ourselves too much, and at the same time, try to make sure that Doug Cotton doesn't walk out of here with bragging rights, since we are on one of our tap teams together. I don't like to hear him brag, especially not if I was on the other side of it. Mr. Will walks away with another win on that one. So far, so good to be in Will's shoes. And you see at the bottom, Ross did get the 8-ball set. So we'll see if this one's going to even him back up. And Doug, I think our only objective tomorrow is they say that you're only as good as your weakest link. So the two of us just want to try to not be the weakest links on our respective teams. So that's my objective. Win, lose, or draw. Just got to make my shots. All right, so not a bad break there, and as you can tell from the way he stroked it, nothing super hard about that break. Just a nice, firm medium stroke, and a couple more balls on the break. Got to look at that one ball. That one ball will go into that side pocket. Depending on the speed, it's going to determine which side of that 2 ball he's going to be on. Decided to go ahead and take that one down table if he didn't like the leave, and a great job with that one, as now he has stuck that 9 ball on the way. We'll see if Ross decides to kick at her to go to airborne, and typically if you're starting to walk away from the table, you're grabbing the pitching wedge, and that's exactly what he's done. Roger, I didn't even notice how many pieces of chalk were lined up down there, so yes. The first time we see one of them miscue, I expect everybody to comment on it. And John McQuillan, thank you. I appreciate the good luck comment there. All right, it's a good hit by Ross, and looks like he's going to get a little bit of a reward out of it. I don't know that, well, might be able to see enough of it to make it, but even if he does, I don't think that's going to do him a lot of good, as that 2 ball's still all the way up table. So I almost want to just send that cue ball up and try to get that, or excuse me, send the 1 ball up if you can, get that cue ball back here behind that 3 and 5. Well, looks like that worked out pretty good. A little luck involved. He almost makes the 1, but still comes around and sends it in the direction that he wanted to. And that was that cue being behind that 3-5 blocker, and 1 ball all the way up table. As we're watching, it actually just dawned on me. We've seen a few jump shots here, but what they are actually making sure that they're practicing for is they are both qualified in the 2020, and which now is going to be combined 2020 and 2021 singles qualifiers for APA. We were talking about it whenever we were on the break a few minutes ago. And yet both of them have just used a jump cue. So anybody that's actually played in the APA, not counting masters, of course, you are not allowed to use jump cues. So should have went in and taken both of those and locked them back here in the booth with me and said, nope, you'll be kicking for the rest of the remainder of the match. But looks like he's going to get a nice safe out of this one. Beautiful safe shot there. Will is going to, I believe, be kicking off the short rail at this one. And Roger, I agree. And that's actually one of the things that I was wondering is whenever he was shooting at that 1 and 2 earlier, is got to look at that next shot. Again, this is a 9-ball on a 7-foot table. A lot of times you make a mistake on here, you don't get to recover from that one. So you have to think about what's going to happen after your miraculous one made ball. And so even that one there, and I know he's trying to just sort of make that one ball on the side, but that's a dangerous thing to do. Is now a very open table. He does not want that to go down there. And of course, whenever it comes to APA, this isn't the typical style for an APA 9-ball race. Is it's that one would be points based, which makes for a very different strategy than what we're seeing in a standard 9-ball race. But this is more about just getting the practice. Both of them are actually qualified for 8-ball, 2 different handicap ranges. And 8-ball obviously is a very, very different game, and he does not want that to go in. Now we'll probably see that jump cue come out if he doesn't decide to go ahead and kick at it. But to your point, Roger, yeah, now there's actually a reward to being able to make the 9 or make the 2-ball, because he should still be able to get on at 3. And so misses the 2-ball, leaves it really close, and it sure looks like he may be able to play rail first and still make that 2, but does have to be careful of the speed. You can either go a little harder or a little softer. He decides to go the softer route. Leaves himself a bit of a cut, but again, it's a 7-foot table, so it's a very makeable cut for that 3-ball into this bottom left corner. Don't allow that 2-ball to go up table. Doesn't really have to watch the speed quite as bad on that one, as it does have a couple of different pockets that it looks like that one can go into. And Roger, I agree. It's 9-ball on 7 foot is usually a very quick game unless it gets into a heavy defense, and some of these defenses have been a little on the lucky side. We would think that what's going to go ahead and take care of business here is that 5-ball does easily go into that top corner. We'll tap in for the 8-ball. That 9-ball is just sitting there waiting for somebody to put it in. He puts a lot of, it looked like an awful lot of top English, so I guess we're going to go down to the bottom corner for this one. Yeah, it must have been a little further back than what it originally looked like. So it puts a little bit of a big stroke on that one as that cue ball starts to head towards that top right corner, but comes out okay. Will goes ahead 4-1. So I did notice one of the things whenever Ross was jumping that he's actually using what seems to be a little bit newer technique, and that's elbow up real high, which is supposed to take some of the strain and stress off of your jump shot. I still haven't have a tendency to keep the elbow a little bit more down, so just a very elevated normal stroke. We are seeing a lot of the pros, including like Shane Van Boening, for example, that is putting everything a little bit more horizontal when it comes from your shoulder down to your elbow on jump shots. I'm kind of curious with the people that's watching over here. If you can throw a comment over and ask if how many other people have adopted that, and was it difficult to sort of make that transition to that elbow itself being a little higher. And of course, that would be for people that shoot what is more of a standard underhand shot as opposed to more of a dart style. Haven't decided yet if I want to start working on that myself, but when you're seeing a lot of pros that are shooting that way, it kind of makes you at least want to give it a shot and see if that also works for you. My understanding is it's a little bit less fatigue when it comes to playing a lot. Kind of curious on what your thoughts are. Well, doing a good job of walking through this one like he knows what he's doing, and I'll tap on the 4-ball with a little bit of draw. Could even be fine just getting reasonably straight on that 5-ball. Just want to get too far above it, that's going to draw it away from it. Just a little draw shot back out, and he could get pretty much as straight as he wanted to on that 8. He wants to leave a little bit of angle, decides to go ahead and lay it down. So he must have been a little further down than it originally looked like, but leaves himself pretty good on that 8-ball. It doesn't have to do too much work here. Nice job, and reasonably straight on that 9-ball back in his bottom left corner. Good finish. It's 5-1. Okay, well, I don't believe he marked the last game. So 5-1. Well, goes over the top of Ross. Ross is getting himself in a little bit of a hole here. Have to see if he can't fight his way back on this one. And one of my favorite people out there, Mr. John Starinchak. How are you doing? And I don't think I've had the pleasure of seeing you since did you happen to pop into one of our tournaments when we were in whatever state that was. I know we were gambling, but good to see you, and thank you for the stars. And for those of you that don't know, for through the month of December all the way down till Christmas, we are donating. We'll throw it up over here real quick while waiting for him to chalk up. We are donating all of what we receive to charity, to the Lions Clubs and Toys for Tots. So feel free to, whether it's the stars or using in the donation links across the top. Some of the players are even helping out. We've got some of the people that have helped us out at this point with the sponsorships that have stepped up in a couple of big ways, and a little over the $600 mark after only a few days of announcing that we're doing that. I mean, we announced it on 12-1, and of course it's only 12-5 now. So we're off to a really, really great start on people helping us out with trying to give to make somebody else's Christmas a little bit better. So love it if you were able to donate to some of the funds for that. If not, that's perfectly fine. We'd also love it if you can share our stream out and get people to help like our page, know that we've got the streams going on, so that maybe they can help out as well. So anything that you can do, it's always appreciated. Well, coming off to another good start here. Is got a few balls down, made a couple on the break, made a couple after the break, and had a relatively easy shot on that 3-ball. So 9-ball is definitely a little bit better game for him, at least on this 7-foot table. Is up and running yet again. See if he decides to go ahead and go to the side pocket. I believe he's going to take this one up to the top left pocket and just go ahead and follow it up and see if that 5-ball goes into the next player's shots. So didn't make that one. Ross coming back to the table with 4 ball in the other corner if it clears. Looks like it's staying kind of right at the edge of that 5 ball. So that's go ahead and play a defense. Throws that one pretty close to that 5 ball, leaving it leaving Will a shot all the way down to the short rail down here at the bottom. Probably play this one even a little bit long. That's the problem with trying to play it more into it, is if you miss it a little bit to the left, you don't get a hit. It ends up being a foul. If he actually plays that one a little bit long, kind of shooting more towards rail first, definitely have a bigger target on it. Probably even a bigger chance to make it as opposed to hitting it really, really straight on, like the way that he was aiming. So Ross just, I believe he's going to want to drag this one down. He may decide to go ahead and play it across, but it looks like he's just going to go ahead and drag that one straight down this left side. It's a great job at it. Leaves himself a good opportunity to make that 9 ball. See, bobbles another one. This is this match is just not working out for him. He's kind of handed over 3 games here. So Will goes up 6-1. 5 games to go.
Yeah, you got a little slow.
Oh, Mike, yeah, hit the mute button again over here, and phone's kind of keep hitting the mute button because my phone's kind of going a little ballistic over here, so it gets kind of annoying. So flip it over, it'll shut up for a little while. Hopefully the mute wasn't on when I said to both you and Joe, thank you very much for those stars. I'm going to make sure that everybody's getting the credit that they deserve, and anybody that's given to the charities right now definitely deserves to be heard. So Ross with a not quite as successful as he would have liked that one to have been, but he's left a long Must have caught that two ball first. Because those two were pretty close. Willie Frost is pretty sure that he caught that two ball, and well, when he's at the table, I believe he knows. From where it is, he's left a long combo shot, and he's got a little bit of a lead, so he doesn't have to worry too much about it. He drills that three ball in, comes right out, and gives him yet again another opportunity all the way down till that four ball. In a little bit of trouble. So let's see if he. Not sure what that one was. If he was trying to get behind those two, and I'm guessing that's what it was. Might have just caught that one ball a little bit off. Thought he'd go ahead and play that 1 and 2, just try to get in a position to bump that four ball and lock behind it. Thanks, Mikey. Looks like that one ball might have snuck out just enough to be able to get on it, but there again, not a whole lot of reward after that two ball, and could go ahead and play this one forward. He might be able to get it up high enough. It looks like he's drawing that one back, which means he's going to run into that 7. Right, drew it before the 7. A nice job there. Now he's got to find a way to get onto that 4 ball after this one. Overcuts that shot, which is probably not a bad miss. Is now, well, gonna have to come back and deal with where that's gonna come off of here. Not a good shot, but I think that's what he wanted on the next shot, is to leave it about where it is right now. After calling defense. Fortunately, bobbles one more shot on that one, and Will comes back to the table with an opportunity, and he wants that to come up a little higher. That really rolled well for him, and kind of 8 ball straight in the side. Mr. Carson Campione, how are you doing today? And thank you for those stars. Appreciate that. Well, taking on one more game, bringing that up to 8-1. So while they're racking this one up, I actually need to step away for just a brief moment. So this time it's actually muted on purpose. I'll be back as quick as I can. Also looks like he's getting back on his game. All I needed was for me to walk away for a few minutes. So apparently I am a bad influence on his shooting ability and sends that over to the side rail. And nice job. Just lays them ball in. Pretty much anywhere over there is going to be good for him. Well, goes ahead and gives that one up. Ross moves 8-2. 6 games sweep between the two of them, but that's a pretty good shot. And he starts getting that stroke back, and you're going to see that tighten up pretty quickly. The score will be right in just a second, Johnny. Is it that is 2-8? Yes, it is correct. Do you want to go ahead and make sure we pin that list of people that's jumped on here and helped us out? Helping out, that is helping out the Lions Club and Toys for Tots on here. $630 in just a few days. And tell everybody how much we appreciate that. And for anybody that doesn't already know, 100% of those donations are going to the Lions Club and going to Toys or Tots from them. So they're definitely doing what they can to make sure that many people as possible have a happy Christmas. And a great shot from Will on that one. Second look over here as he shoots a long shot off the rail. The 9-ball right at the spot. Puts it in like a champ. And 9-2, Will's favor. Again, nice break. 2-ball goes on in. One in the corner. This one's pretty open. Well, moves that dial that little bit further. Only 2 games to go, and this one, as open as it is, could put him on the hill. Played correctly. A 3-ball shot inside over there. Just kind of pull that one back a little bit and wants to leave pretty close to the same angle he's got now. He could actually go a little bit further back. He says and tries the defense on that and goes into that 8 ball, and not only does he leave Ross with a shot, but leaves Ross with an out. You have to watch his speed a little bit. I believe he'll go ahead and play this one in that top right corner with that cue ball going against the top, come straight back down towards the middle of the table. Looks like he's putting a draw stroke on it. He's got a little bit different thought. He bumps it a little bit. He's still got a shot on the side. It's just a little tougher than what it was before. Separates the two out nicely on the opposite ends of the table. Just enough to make Will probably want to take that bank shot. We'll see how he decides to play this, and being up 9-2, I don't see why he wouldn't go ahead and try for the bang, but it does double kiss it. He might have given up a bit of a shot here, but if he makes it, he probably gets out. And again, when you're a game away from being on the hill and your opponent's a little ways out, playing a little extra aggressive isn't necessarily always a terrible idea. Ross makes a nice shot down in that corner. He didn't want to leave himself on the rail, but it's still a very makeable shot for that 8 ball on the side. Catches the bottom point and leaves Will a very good opportunity to get on this one. Again, just one rail up and he can decide which side he wants to go on, but I don't think the middle was the one he was planning on, so 9-3, Ross gains one more off of a mistake. A little bit of an error on that one, and 3 ball. Definitely has its pocket. Draws that back over and leaves himself right amount of angle without getting behind that 7 ball. Nice shot by Will on that one. Didn't want to hit that 9 as he wanted to come above it. He's left himself a little bit of a tougher shot on this one. But that 6 ball, although it could go up into that top corner, I don't believe he's going to try that one. I think he's just going to try to hide that a little bit. And I did not want to push both of them to that side. Ross with a relatively straight in shot. Kind of just needs to stop it or maybe even drag it back just a little. So he can get a stop shot on that 7 ball. I believe that was supposed to be a stop shot, but that amount that he missed that corner pocket took him away from it a little bit. Don't believe that was supposed to draw back quite that far. Will making a bit of a big mistake. It's also taking care of that 7 ball, and 8 ball is just standing between 2 rails and coming back down on that 9 ball as he decides to draw it, and that's going to have to be a bit of a draw heading towards that side pocket to kind of play it that way, but that's the way that he liked it. Go ahead and lays that 9 ball in there. Puts Will on the hill. 10-3. Will steps up to break. His break on 9 ball has actually been pretty decent. Looks like he's actually thrown it out just a hair further than what he did before. Does a good job of playing the cue ball. It does get kicked, but it gets kicked in the right direction. As he not only makes a ball, but it looks like he's got a shot on that 1 ball up there. And off of that should still be okay for that 2 ball as well, right by the side pocket, if there's enough to be able to cut that one. Decides to bank it, but banking it sticks it right behind that 5. Kick shot into the 2 and makes a good attempt at it. It leaves Ross with a bit of a cut in the side pocket. At least he's still got a shot at it. I does not want that to find that corner pocket. Made a good shot and relatively decent speed with coming back up onto that end of the table. Just gets a little unlucky on that one. He's had to slow down just a hair, and well, looking pretty good. Might be the last turn of the table. Probably wanted that to come back a little bit more and leave that 7 ball almost straight in just for a stop shot. So I have to cross over the table a little bit, probably draw it back over. It's a great shot, just comes up a little overcut. Ross might be able to get yet again another game off of an unforced error. Ross goes ahead and gives that one up, which gives Will the match 11-3. Can get that updated real quick. Again, we want to tell everybody thank you very much for joining us here, and really appreciate all of the support, both from just viewing, sharing, liking our page, and of course even those that donated. This isn't the more updated list, just a little something to throw up here to say, if we look over here on the right hand side, takes care of some of the information that you might need in order to be able to help out Lions Club and Toys for Tots. Thanks again, all of those, for always watching our channel. We really appreciate it. That's going to conclude what we've got going on tonight, as I don't see anybody out here lined up across the door, but we will be back tomorrow, however. As mentioned before, we've got the the match with, as we see now, with Bobby Garza and Derek LaPrairie, and a Scotch doubles match that's going to follow that. Hope to see everybody there, and hope everybody has a good and safe evening. We'll talk to you soon.